Hi there. I was about 2 years old when I found out something really cool about mine and basically ours, if you are watching this video probably, 7 series Samsung Smart TV from 2021, presumably all 7 series, not really sure how Samsung series work, but yeah, let me get the intro and get back to you. With that out of the way, because who doesn't have an intro? This thingy has decent built-in speakers, but they are still TV built-in speakers, so not awesome, just decent. You can listen to them, but don't expect anything crazy. I wanted to buy a soundbar, but a decent soundbar is quite expensive up to a point. So then I was starting to search on the back of the TV and in the manual for how you call it, headphone jack, and there's none. With the headphone jack, I actually wanted to use, ignore my daughter's toys, wanted to use my old amplifier from my childhood. Basically, this thing is still kicking. It's not the most awesome with all kinds of bells and whistles, but it amplifies, it makes a good sound. I have speakers for it, why not use it? But then again, where's the audio output in analogic form? There is none, only digital. So that got me a bit confused, and I went into the menu. So at the moment we are in TV speaker mode, whatever. Went into the menu. Where's the menu? Come on, pop it out. Yep, here we are. Settings. I need to point the remote to that thingy right there. And then go into the sound output. So, okay on sound. And in here, you have a list with Bluetooth speakers. So that got me thinking, is there a way to connect any Bluetooth speaker, or are they only Samsung soundbars or who knows what? Philips had back in the day at least this way of locking everything down to only their products. So I went on it, spoof. Did I spoof? And you can see that right there. I added one. Let's delete it. Delete. Delete. And I can go. Hard to film and also do what I need to point the remote at the correct location on this particular TV. I'm pointing at the screen and it doesn't really work because I'm too close. I went into refresh and remembered, hey, I have a tiny Bluetooth speaker. Would this maybe work? A Chinese, basically no name? Let me just be back in a second, because if I power this thing on, it will directly connect to my phone, so I need to turn off the Bluetooth on my phone. Bluetooth of my phone is off. This particular one, oh, SD card, micro SD card out, because we don't want it to play from micro SD when I power it on. This particular model, when I power it on, it kind of directly enters pairing mode. If there's nothing that will connect to it automatically. So?
Bluetooth mode.
Okay, so now it's kind of in pairing mode from the fast flickering. And at this point, yeah, the TV went out of the menu. Bluetooth speaker list. And it already saw it. And requires pairing. So you give it an OK. Pair and connect. Again an OK.
Bluetooth is connected.
And it's connected. And we have sound from here. If you can believe that. And this is working. So the volume from the TV is fully working to control this tiny little speaker. So, at this point, let me show you what's even more cool than this. And in exactly the same way you can pair a Bluetooth headset, for example. I'm going to let this paired and also pair a Bluetooth speaker. And it shows us what it's playing through at the moment. So close this, get out of this menu, also from this one, and we are out of the menu and playing through this. Now let me show you something. This is powered on. I can shut off the TV.
Bluetooth is disconnected.
It disconnected. This is still powered on. Power on the TV. Playing through its speakers, but just give it a moment. So. It found this little guy and it's asking me if I want to play through it. And yes, I do.
Bluetooth is connected.
It connected and it's again playing through this thingy. So it's basically doing everything automatically. One more thing. Use this guy's, I need to press it longer. Power off, instantly playing through its speakers. Then, power this guy right back on. Yeah, sorry about that annoying sound. Thanks, China manufacturer. Actually, it's not that annoying. It instantly saw this little guy and it's asking me, hey, do you want to pair do you want to connect to it? And I give it an okay. And it's connecting to it. But, yep, there is this problem. I've had it, I don't know, maybe from 10 connections it happens. This is the second time it's happening. It sometimes gets stuck and I'm not really sure why. If it gets stuck and it's unable to do the connection, could be just because of this cheap thingy. Power it off, power it back on. I will see with a bit more quality device. Basically, you can use any Bluetooth speaker. If you buy a better quality one, I'm quite sure you will not have this issue, but whatever. This is what I have to work in this video at least. Again, connect. TV. Please connect. No, so it doesn't, it's not about this little guy. The TV somehow got stuck. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Let me go again to the menu and see if I connect from there, will it actually work? Come on, menu. Sound output, Bluetooth speaker list, paired, connect.
Bluetooth is connected.
Yep, so it's about the TV. I should update the firmware for this thing, maybe that will help. Anyway, the idea is that in theory at least, it should be able to connect to this thingy if you power it on and off. Now it's playing through it. Let me again try to power it off. Hopefully this time it will actually listen to us. Power it on once again. And let's see if it will properly connect this time after we did a manual connection.
Bluetooth mode.
So, wait for it, connect.
Bluetooth is connected.
Yep, and it went okay now. And it will probably go for many times okay, but who knows why it got stuck there. Again, maybe a firmware update will help. Or maybe a different device. Anyway, enough rambling. So we can basically use any audio Bluetooth device as an output for this TV, and we can even have a list of them, if you can believe that. Let me do the same with hey, sorry about that. This is real professional video making, but I was quite excited about what I discovered, so sorry about that. Let's put these headphones in pairing mode. Now they are in pairing mode, and again I'm going to the come on, little guy, where are you? It should be sound output, give an OK, and Bluetooth device list, again an OK, and it's refreshing, and it should, it actually saw them, but I was blind. Pair and connect. You have already connected to a device. Disconnect the connected one and connect to a new one. Yes.
Bluetooth is disconnected.
And now it's connecting to my headphones. Those. And we have basically sound from these guys. This isn't doing anything. I can stop it. And sound it from here. Let me try to stop this. Instantly sound from the TV. Let me get out of this particular menu, so there's no other trickery. Power them on. It's red light because they are not connected, but they were instantly recognized. OK to connect. Instantly blue light connected to it. So it's working. It got stuck, as you could see, but I don't know if necessarily it's the device, the TV, could be the TV. I will try to update the firmware if there's a new version, but as you can see, in theory the automatic connection is working. So why I showed you all of this? Again, any Bluetooth speaker can be a soundbar in this series of TVs, which is absolutely awesome. Because you use it as a soundbar when you need, then take it with you and have a party. Who knows what. With a standard soundbar, with a subwoofer, whatnot, you can't really do that. Also, from what I saw, you can find really good Bluetooth speakers at better prices than soundbars. And again, they also have built-in batteries and whatnot. Many have control from the mobile phone. So yeah, anyway, but test with a device that you already own to make sure that your Absolute TV does this. But in theory, I think all of them, from my understanding, can do this from this series. So where does this take us? How can I use this without wires and even in a better mode? So basically, when it's not connected to mains power, when I will power it on, the TV will ask, hey, you want to play through this? And I will give it an OK, and I'm playing sound through this. When I power it off, back to TV speakers. So for me, it's the absolute best scenario. It's honestly awesome. So I will add a Bluetooth input receiver into this thing, and on tuner I will basically have Bluetooth from the TV, and that will be done kind of off video. I will just show a tiny clip of what I finished when I finished doing this thing, and I will link 2 videos in the description where I add such modules to other old amplifiers for other purposes. I did that to play from my phone, for example, so you could even play from your phone after you did this, not necessarily only from your TV. So yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, these TVs, great. Let me do this and get back to you. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I power this thing on while this is connected? Will I get a notification or nothing will happen?
Bluetooth mode.
So even then we get the notification. So if I go to connect now, we already have a connected device. Do you want to disconnect from the current connected one and connect to a new one? Yes. Let's see. And again it's stuck. So it might not like this cheap Chinese one. I'm not sure what kind of Bluetooth it has. It's really old, but still working. Overall, let me try something else. Let this give an error. so it could not connect to this thingy. Shut it off. Shut this thing off. And power this thing on. And then if it connects to this properly, then most likely my problem is with this actually and not the TV. Connect. Yeah, instantly connected to this. So the problem is the device, 99% in my opinion. But hey, yeah, it is what it is. So no firmware update I think needed. Anyway, it's quite cool because you can have multiple Bluetooth devices, and when you want to connect one to your TV, you just power it on and TV is asking you to give it an OK, and that's about it. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Great idea, Samsung, and quite happy that you didn't lock this to your own soundbars or devices. I'm working for a good while on adding this module inside this amp that I showed you before. Needed to cut a piece of it. Where is it? Right here, because it wasn't fitting. It's only 2 layers, so one top, one bottom. Made sure I'm not cutting anything that I will actually need. Also made sure I grind off anything that remains, so nothing is actually shorting a piece of little copper or something like that, the layers. So I made it just a bit narrow, all is good. Added this voltage regulator, it's an LM for 5 volts. Makes sure that what I'm getting for this from this old Nokia adapter for charging a Nokia phone, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago maybe, it's actually completely 5 volt, because these things back in the day actually output more than 5 volt, and then the phone actually did a bit of tweaking to that voltage, so this wasn't good directly. This is doing its job. Soldered all the wires, removed the switch because it was in the way, made the red wire bridge like the switch is always on, removed all the I don't know, connectors from this board. I don't need them. I'm going to solder my wires on the back of it, which will be going to the tuner input in this amp. This is unplugged, so it's not live now. And it's going all the way to the front in here. I wanted this exactly behind the front because only that is plastic, rest is metal, and this would be fully shielded, and that's no bueno. Then realized this thing did not have a fuse before the transformer. It did have fuses, 2 on the outputs from what I can tell and 2 on the inputs, because it's the dual 39 volt or something like that, plus minus basically. But nothing on the input of the transformer, so I added a fuse, and after the fuse I split basically the wire and went to the transformer and also went to this, and yeah, this is modified, so don't think I let the little feet dangle in here. No, it's a wire going directly, this white one, and everything is also heat shrink in place with 2 or 3 layers of heat shrink, and in some places even some insulation tape on top of that, so everything is good to go. Give it a little test. It's powering on, seems to be working, so yeah. Next step, glue it in place onto this thingy somewhere in this area right here where I cut a little bit of a stand or rib actually. Glued in place, soldered the wires, right, left and ground. Put some Kapton tape in here, also in here, to make sure that the PCB can never short circuit on this. I'm going to put some hot glue on top of the wires so they can never move. Also put it on top of this one for sure on the other side before gluing the PCB in here. So yeah, and this wire is audio grade wire. It's shielded on the outside. This is just normal Nokia charger wire, but that's okay. For this we needed really good wire. And it's assembled, and right around here, in the back of it, it has a Bluetooth module, actually right in this area, in the where the numbers for the base are, the positive ones. So yeah, and if I want to see the color LEDs, if it's fully dark, they will show up through this slot just a tiny bit. So if I want to see the status of that module at any time, fully dark, and they will just give a faint hint of color in there, blue and red, which is perfect to see when this thing wants to pair, or who knows what happens over time. So yep, it's good. Actually even added a fuse that it didn't seem to have, which is kind of weird. I saw something round on the PCB with the push button, but those seem to be actually coils, so to limit the inrush current, but no fuse on the input of the transformer, which is weird, but yeah, 1980s. Now let's get rid of the tools, put this next to the TV, pair them, connect some speakers, and hopefully listen to some music. And we're done. Amp in place, speakers in their place, but probably they will be moved somewhere on the wall when I have time. But for the moment, look how they fit. So that's perfect for a while. Look at this. Let's power this on at low volume, obviously, and hopefully the TV will see something, because if it won't, that would kind of suck. And it does see it. Let's see if it can pair with it. And again, 2 videos will be in the description where I add to this Bluetooth module to other amps. Pair and connect. Basically any old amp can be transformed into a Bluetooth system. For this, let's get out of the menus and give this some volume. And it's working. They are working. And yeah, obviously we can play with this whatever you want to do to them. And I still have other options, so I can listen from other devices. Let's see if I shut it off. And switch the channel, because I heard a bit of music, and you know that YouTube will demonetize or whatever they do. At least cut a bit of yeah, people talking. That cannot be demonetized for sure. So TV speakers, Bluetooth sound was made. Let's give this an OK. Instantly from this.
Până și controlul mingii aveai nevoie de 2-3 atingeri ca să poți să stăpânești.
Much better sound from this thing is. So yeah, that's about it for this video. And the volume obviously working.
De 1-0, după care am mai avut 2 situații.
So unless you have small children that will forever play with this, if they are high enough, you can fully only use the volume of the TV and leave this at a set value. But for me, that won't happen. But yeah, anyway, when I'm watching a movie or something, I can instantly mute it, for example, and unmute. Just want to point out that sometimes this pops up even though you don't have any Bluetooth device turned on. It happens if you had something connected to it the last time you shut it off. Not always, sometimes. So you kind of need either to turn on the Bluetooth device or to give it a cancel. It's a bit weird, but yeah, I can live with it with that, and overall this feature is awesome. So hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye. Smart Samsung, smart. I like it.